following is an update and technical analysis on Palantir Technologies Incorporated, a company of the technology sector and software infrastructure here off the daily interval, where I had mentioned in my previous video on the 8th of May 2023, we're trading spot price $9.40 with a very strong level of support right at that $9 handle. And I emphasized how imperative it was to really keep an eye off this hidden primary reactionary high and reactionary low downtrend line. Just a multitude of reactionary lows, highs, really off its inception, off its initial public offering here. Again, just watch that key level. There was a lot of people selling the stock. I had seen some big sellers around this key inflection point, whereas we had a big divergent low off this bullish falling wedge pattern, really tucked inside this primary hidden trend line. And we broke out. We ended up breaking out long before those stellar earnings came out. Ended up backtesting right amongst my $9 resistance, got rejected, came right back up and had another nice quarter there. Bounced right off that 1003 price resistance. Just ran into this massive consolidation phase where it just built energy up like a nuclear fusion here, put in a nice, clean, hidden bullish divergences amongst all three technical momentum indicators there, and we blasted off right through earnings. Not only built upon robust technical mechanisms and leveraging stellar earnings, but they had successfully ushered in a renewed era of profitability this quarter, where I had said watch for these key levels, especially the 1003, which coincides with that primary hidden trend line, where we more than likely would have a powerful move once broken or breached. And here's the update. Ended up blasting right through. In my very last video, I had mentioned that I favored a pretty large move. Once we took out the 236 Fibs retracement, 1121, which would coincide with the 1099 price resistance, more than likely would be a without a doubt a renewed big move up to that 1385 price resistance, and we got it to the button there. Especially coming back, having a nice clean set back to that $9 handle, which provided you a perfect entry to the button based off of my price support there. And thus far, that was good for a 51% in gains there. And I believe we've hit a pretty darn near good backfill the gap resistance. Whereas, it would be an aggressive objective entry short trade setup from this 1385 price support. I'm not saying it's going to come all the way back down to 1099, but it's some similar pullbacks where you could call sell covered calls, or again, just take a quarter position. I am not suggesting a full position short. I am aware that we've hit some pretty good resistance there, which will very closely resemble that 382 Fibs retracement price resistance there. So again, just gives you some sort of odds for a potential pullback. The move was just exceedingly powerful. So you must be very careful when shorting a price action of this magnitude without a sell signal and or just based off of resistance. And we do have here, we'll zoom into the hourly interval. We do have potential negative and bearish divergences starting to form. We do have a very close to line, again, aligned right at that 1385 price resistance with a sloping parabolic primary uptrend line here. We do have a waning momentum indication in the technical momentum indicator in the stochastics 1033 on a pure bearish crossover. So again, just a key inflection point to watch out for, whereas you could ideally wait for either that break, or if you already caught that where I had scaled in right at that 1385 price resistance up on Friday, if you're following and paying attention to some of and copying these charts for some of these key inflection points, where you could actually have a nice decent pullback to the 236 Fibs retracement, which coincides with that hourly 50 moving average. Call it 1241 price support there for a 10.4% pullback. Nice, clean, healthy pullback for a 10.4% crash. Down to the, which I really like, is the 1157 382 Fibs retracement, right there for a 16% crash, which coincides again just with that 382 Fibs. That's a nice, clean, would be a great healthy pullback. Nothing's going to go up in a straight line forever, and that it just becomes a lot more unhealthy when you have a continuous move to the upside like that without a nice, clean, healthy pullback. Something like that, and then you again have a renewed entry to dollar cost average down. Again, these are your new key near term. These are near term pullback targets to dollar cost average in. Again, where you really want to dollar cost average again, it's more the long term. You want to have some long term pullbacks here at 1099, 1003 price support, and just if you're a long term investor and you believe in Palantir in the long term, these are your dollar cost average zones. These are your essentially your buy zones to have a continued move to the upside in the near future. Whereas the hourly here off the hourly interval, very ultra near term, just zoomed in very inclusively for some targets to trade off of and or dollar cost average. Again, as you know, in all of my previous videos, I color code 10 these primary support levels, which coincide with the hourly. $9 handle, 1003, 1099, 1385. It's all correlated with the daily intervals here. So just a nice key inflection point. And if we snap this parabolic primary uptrend line, I will begin personally scaling in on what you would call an aggressive short trade setup. You make 50% in gains on a single trade there. You could take a little quarter position size, half position size, and potentially have sell some naked calls, naked shorts, position some naked shorts for some free shares. Whereas bull traders, long traders, they want to see a complete breakout amongst that 1385 price resistance. They want to see it taken out entirely for that next leg up and ultimately burn out these negative and or bearish divergences and take a very big swing to the upside and take those levels out, which would come in and hone in on the next target right up to that 50% fibs retracement. Call it 1719 price resistance up there. So that's where they want to see. They want to see a big move to the upside, which would really start to burn out those divergences and have a continuation rally of this nice, clean, inverse head and shoulder classic looking bottom that ended up panning out. And I will keep you updated if there's any more significant developments in the Palantir stock. If I say anything, I'll keep you updated. And I believe we've reached a key inflection point as of now.